On August 14th of 2016, Wade van Niekerk from South Africa broke the 400 world record with one of the greatest record-breaking runs of all time. With a performance of 43.03 seconds, he took down the long-standing Michael Johnson's world record, which stood at 43.18 for 17 straight years. This performance was a massive improvement on the previously untouchable world record, and ever since that time, nobody has ever even gotten close. But then the 2024 Olympic Finals took place, which many would consider as the greatest 400 race to ever go down. In this 400 final, Quincy Hall made an insane comeback over the final 100, just barely eclipsing Matthew Hudson Smith at the tape to win in 43.40 seconds. Now, Hudson Smith was very close behind in 43.44, and this now makes these two the fourth and fifth fastest athletes of all time in the Open 400. And even though this race was amazing, they are officially set to race once again in this year's Lausanne Diamond League meeting in Switzerland. For this 400-meter race, many people are actually calling for a world record attempt, and the reason they're saying this is because in the Olympic Games, they had to run through 2 opening heats building up to the finals. Now, the fact that van Niekerk did break the world record after running the 2 opening heats for the Olympics in 2016 is honestly incredible. He achieved some of the greatest fitness of all time back in that season. But for this year, the Quincy Hall-Matthew Hudson Smith rivalry is honestly reaching new heights in the 400 that we haven't seen in a very long time. Now, in order to break van Niekerk's world record, they would need to be flirting with the 43-second barrier, which is something that nobody has ever done in Open 400 history. But if Quincy Hall and Hudson Smith can in fact bring the best out of each other, they just might have a chance to get even closer to that world record. Now, personally, I don't think that this world record will go down. They would have to improve on their personal bests by 0.4 of a second, which is quite incredible and showcases how impressive van Niekerk's record was, because Hall and Smith are number 4 and 5 all time, and yet they still have almost half of a second to approach the world record. But many people are in fact talking about how fast they could run moving into this year's Diamond League meeting. Now, it's also worth mentioning that Hudson Smith ran one of the fastest 400-meter split times in history in the Olympic Games during the men's 4x4 relay, as he reportedly split a time of 43.09. Now, his initial split was reported at 43 seconds flat, as was placed on the official Olympics documents for the race analysis, but upon further analysis, that actually was rounded up to 43.09. Now, Quincy Hall did not compete in the 4x4, and I think this was because of injuries, but there wasn't a full report as to why he didn't run. But either way, we're talking about 2 of the greatest 400 runners of all time clashing in a race just 3 weeks after the Olympics. Given that they won't have 2 rounds of racing in their legs heading into this meet, I honestly think that something special could go down. Now, coincidentally, the meeting record stands at 43.62, set by Wade van Niekerk all the way back in 2017. And I really do believe that they will break this meeting record. This is a very exciting race, set to take place in just 6 days. And with this in mind, leave your thoughts down below on who you think will win and how fast you think they will run. Thanks for watching, everyone. And as always, until next time.